Welcome all to the In My Opinion show with Ronald Berry Robinson and friends, seen on the internet 24 hours a day. With us, we have our stars. We have Miss Denise Smith Allen.
Hello, Ron. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
We have Miss Jackie Williams.
Hello, everyone.
And we have Mr. Henry Hatter.
Hi, Ron. It's good to be here.
Thank you. And welcome to our millions of viewers worldwide. Let's talk about Donald Trump. Trump didn't win. Hate won. Fear won. Racism won. Homophobic won. Prejudice won. Self-interest won. And in 4 years, decent Americans will join together to correct this mistake. We must not lose hope in our great experiment in democracy. We must stand up to Donald Trump's hate and bigotry. Then America will be great again. Henry, what's your thoughts?
Well, obviously, I agree with that introduction. I am excited that Trump won. I think he answered the American people who wanted to hear something different, something new. And you got to remember that the United States is still in an experimental stage. It needs to figure out whether, as Thomas Hobbes and James Harrington back in 1650, their hypothesis will come true, that the people who have self-government cannot stand because of people's ideologies, because of their weaknesses, because of their self-interest and stuff like that. So we've done a lot of experimentation with living with white Americans. It worked well. When the Constitution was first framed, it worked well, and it identified the people to which it will serve. But it's yet to define how the country will deal with racial minorities, religion, etc. That is yet to be defined and framed in the Constitution and the way of life that we live. That is the question today. And it looks as though your introductory comments addressed that early. And the experiment is not over yet. And we're getting better each generation. Every century we get better. As we as Americans can sit here and voice our opinions and assume roles in government that we were not intended to have initially. And yet we're here today. We're better off today. We will better off tomorrow. In 34 years, young Americans, black Americans, will seize 1/2 of the control of this country, along with the Hispanics. That is during the paradigm shift, when black Americans and Hispanics will be the arithmetic and political majority of this country. But we cannot continue to fight the country based on ideology. We have to wade into this with some common sense and good judgment, because people don't automatically change their views just to accommodate a few minorities. And besides, all of our rights are protected under the Constitution. And we need to work within the framework of the Constitution. As bad as it looks, that's where we ought to be.
Well, Mr. Hatter, with that said, maybe you should be Donald Trump's
I could be that.
Advisor there in the White House.
I will have.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, my daughter is on the transition team.
Okay, that's great. Jackie, what's your thoughts?
I just think that when you say America has spoken, I don't think so, because what we're fighting now is that we're fighting an old system, because we're dealing with the electoral colleges, and that was made so that things would be fair. We no longer need that now, so the popular vote was Hillary Clinton's by over 2 million, I think was the latest count. So if you take out the old system, which was put in place to make sure that it was fair, well, Now we know that everybody's able to vote, within reason. And so you don't need the electoral college anymore. You just need people to be able to cast their votes and tell who they want to vote for. So some things need to change. Now, everybody has an impression of somebody, and they say when people show you who they are, believe them. Well, through the election process, he was out of control. He said things that were very hurtful to Hispanics, blacks, Islamics. He said a lot of hurtful stuff to a lot of people. So they were trying to give him a chance, because that's what everybody said, give him a chance. So we gave him a chance. And not even, 2 weeks into picking his cabinet, you've picked a white supremacist. You picked people who are they have lawsuits right now because, deal with it. They got people that have lawsuits right now. The people that he picked, one of the guys can't even go out of the country because he's under investigation. But you said you were going to drain the swamp. But what you really did is you brought all your ritual boys with you. And that's what you did, because the lady of head of education, no educational experience. She donated $7.9 million. She has no degree. She's never been a teacher, and you're going to put her over education in America?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
We just talked
Very
about this. No.
There's a lot more than being a teacher in a classroom to becoming the advisor. In
To be educated.
You have to be well suited for the job. You got to have influence. You got to be able to bring people together, to put systems together. She can do that. Betsy DeVos.
So can I teach a class without a degree?
No.
But I can be over education.
Well, can you be president of General Motors and not be an
I can be the
engineer?
president of anything now because Donald Trump has opened up the door. I don't have to do anything
Well,
to
let's see if you
qualify for
get
anything.
there. I doubt that you will get there. I doubt it.
He has opened up the door. I can do whatever I want to do
I hear you. I hear you.
with no repercussions.
Yeah, that ain't gonna be that.
Right,
And
right.
besides, Donald Trump has chosen some very high-profile people, successful people, rich people as
He
well.
pulled people out of
others.
retirement that's almost
That's
as old as he
okay.
is.
That's okay. He got who he wanted. People who were traditionally well-suited for running this country. People have influence.
They went,
They
one of
have
the
to have
guys,
this
what is
kind
it,
of
Boehner? Well, not Boehner, what is his name?
Banner.
He went through and he didn't even get, he couldn't even pass by the Congress because of his record, his background. But I just found out that that Trump can allow people to bypass their background. So if he wants them to be cleared, they can be cleared.
Oh, I don't know whether Trump has that kind of.
No, they talked about it on TV.
No, nobody has that kind of.
Yes, they do.
The American people still run
Now,
this country.
because they said as the president, he can choose, just like he had his daughter in there briefing with another country without any kind of clearance. They say he can do pretty much.
I don't know about that. I don't have enough
He didn't do
evidence
that?
on that to really make a statement on
You
that.
got to turn on the news.
Well, Jackie, what we're going to
I don't
do
believe
with
everything I hear on the news either.
what we're going to do with Miss DeVos, okay? We're going to send her back to Grand Rapids so she can help her husband sell soap.
Oh my.
Amway.
Yeah, yeah.
Denise, what is your
DeVos is a
My
very,
thoughts,
very
my
influential
thoughts.
woman.
Certainly when I saw the election outcome, I was saddened for this country. I was thinking about how money and influence has basically turned this country on its head. I see now that the White House is truly the White House. I see that we have basically said, blacks have had your opportunity. This is what Trump has basically said all along, that you can tell people anything. It's all about selling them something, and he's excellent at selling people. And he went to the sleeping, quote unquote, giant, if you will, of the white majority, and went to the back hills and the byways and the highways, and he said, come out because I got your back. And so they're out here now. But what I see is that he is not going to be able to do certain things because of the way the Constitution is framed and the way democracy is set up. So he's backpedaling, and he's going to make a lot of those same people that he got out of the highways and byways angry. So right now, as you see, that there has been means by which at the Trump Tower or the place that he lives, they've got fortresses now. They've got things set up because they realize that he's in a state of influence, but yet there's certain things he's not going to be able to do to those folks that came out to vote for him. So there are going to be some angry folks, and we thought that when President Obama was in the White House, and he's still there for the next at least 30 days or so, that there was havoc where people were trying to get in there to do damage and harm. We don't know what is going to happen once he gets there, because for one thing, he probably is not going to stay there a lot, because he basically says, I'm going to do pretty much what I want to do within the frames of which I can do as a person.
And that's his prerogative.
You know, and it is his prerogative. However, there's a lot of wingnuts out here, and he woke them up. He woke them up, and so
They were always here.
I didn't say they weren't. I said they're
They
here.
were sleeping.
But he woke them up.
Political
Encouraged.
correctness
He
drove their
woke-
voice underground.
He woke them up, and with doing that, you're seeing already the outpouring of people on both sides now. People who protested because he got elected. Okay, some of those persons didn't exercise their right to vote, so they're in the wrong too now. But I'm also speaking about those that are the wingnuts, and I'm very concerned, quite frankly, about the safety of any and everybody that's going to be down there.
No, I'm not concerned about that.
I am.
I believe that Donald Trump, did you know that 18 to 20% of black Americans from 18 to 35 voted for Donald Trump because they wanted to see something different, something new?
They
were
want
tired of the
jobs.
bones
They
of
want
being thrown.
jobs.
Most of them had a brush with the law and had no formal education and no positions of authority. Never
They
had
want
them.
jobs.
But they said, we want something different. We don't want the bones anymore, but we want something to do. The United States will never be the same again.
You better know it.
Right.
You
Yeah,
know
sure.
this. You
Yeah.
know this.
Because many more black Americans will see their way to higher ground
How?
before. Well, you have to just wait.
How is he going to create all
No.
these jobs, Henry? What's a pipe dream?
Here's the thing
I
that
don't
was
know.
troubling.
How would you say he was going to create it? With all of these influential men around him,
I
and
can't say
women
he
around
was
him.
gonna,
Look at it. Look at it. He's got influential people around him. He can pretty well do what he wants when you got that kind of influence.
Yeah, because
Look, guys, you got to realize the rest of the world is listening to Donald Trump. And while you are laying in your body fluids in the bottom of a hole, the rest of the country is rising.
No, they're
And it's
not.
moving on.
No, they're not.
Even the Democrats are moving on.
no.
And
Well,
the
yes.
institutions
Well,
are moving on.
look. There's
They
no
said,
question
"Let it
about
go."
it. No question about it. We have to deal with our reality, and our reality now is that he's in the White House and he's bringing in his
Yeah.
sphere of influence, and most of them are rich white males. Now there will be a few females. We've got Miss DeVos. We got that, and again, it's all about
What's
power.
wrong with being
Power
rich?
and
What's wrong with being
influence.
rich?
That's not the point.
Nothing.
That's not
Would you like to be
Nothing.
rich? Would none of you
No,
like to be rich?
no.
But
I-
we don't.
but
America
you're
doesn't
not
want to
white,
deal with
right?
this trickle-down
No.
economy mess.
That's
No.
not gonna work.
Here's my
You don't have
concern.
to be white to be rich. And
No,
successful.
no.
We're not saying
We're
that.
not saying that at all. Please don't
Yeah, but
mix
this
mix
sounds like it.
No, don't mix apples and oranges.
Well,
Here's
don't
my concern.
discredit
Here's
black
my
people.
concern. Here already. Look at the situation with the carrier, I believe it is, the
Yeah,
business.
yeah,
Okay.
yes.
Now, how is it that he is in a position where he can take credit for doing something? First of all, he didn't do anything there.
What-
He said he was going to try to save those people's jobs from
Okay.
going
Did he?
overseas. Okay, what happened was there was a decision that was
Come on.
made, but he didn't really make that
That's
decision.
right.
He didn't do that. It was
But
made.
it was his
but he's going to
influence.
take credit
The
for it.
idea that Trump said we will save jobs, we'll bring jobs back to the United States, he didn't say how he was going to do it, but he prognosticated that he would bring jobs back. All of a sudden, it was found out that Carrier was going to leave the country.
Right.
And Carrier, somehow they did formulate some kind of a strategy to stay in
tax
the
break.
country because it was much more to their advantage through tax savings and stuff that to stay here than it would be to move to Mexico.
Absolutely.
He paid $7 million for that company
That's
to stay
right.
here. The rest of the company is going to Mexico.
And higher number than what he said. He said
I don't know
he
that.
actually only said did they say 800 jobs and 1,000 are still leaving. So this is what they said.
What the 800 jobs saved is
for
that
7 million, that doesn't.
I don't know.
level.
I don't see how that
But
compares
my
to
point
anything.
is-
And you don't either.
Yeah, I do. It doesn't
No,
make
you don't
sense.
understand the
This is the
strategy.
point. The point is this. What they said was you can't throw money at all problems. And this is his only approach. And you can't throw money. So what you're saying to everybody else is, well, we should say we're leaving. So you can throw some money at us. Give us some extra tax
Well,
breaks.
it's
You
all
think they
good.
don't get enough tax breaks? Come on.
You don't. You
In
don't.
Michigan, you don't even pay a business tax. Remember, your governor said that will cost for
It's
businesses.
not your
to come
governor.
in.
It's our governor.
Well, my
It's the governor.
governor's absent.
Governor Snyder. That's who is our governor. He will always be our governor until he's replaced.
Yeah, it's not going to be long.
We're hoping for that replacement real soon.
So
Exactly.
I believe in Donald Trump that will do what he says he will do. And he will be much more generous to black Americans than what you've seen in the past.
I don't believe that.
I don't have.
Well, you don't have to believe it.
Well, I don't believe it.
Anytime a man can say what he can do and back off everybody else, even when the Democrats have turned against him, the women, the blacks, and the Republicans have turned against this man, and he goes out and he wins, despite of all of that.
He won the electoral
then,
college.
He won the
Yeah.
presidency of the United States by the process that was established back in 1789.
What year was
And
it?
there's no, we're a nation of laws. We don't make laws and
Well, then he should
rules
obey them.
Right.
as we go. The laws are stable so that we can predict our future.
Okay, so on that hand, this man won't even go to a briefing. He is operating as the president, and he's not even the president. He won't even go to briefings, and they're
He
nervous.
doesn't have to until he's officially,
No, you go to briefings
You
now.
need to be prepared.
And
you
he's
know.
calling people that he should not call, and they were saying this is how a lot of stuff get messed up because he.
Like Mrs. Clinton.
No, we're not talking about Clinton. We're talking about
emails?
Donald Trump.
no.
Who did he call yesterday?
He called Singapore.
Well, we don't have that kind of relationship with them, so they said he shouldn't have called them.
Well,
And he did it anyway. So his actions, it's not like when he was a businessman, it just hurt him. His actions are now going to hurt us, and he doesn't care.
I don't know whether he doesn't care.
He won't
He's not
stop.
thinking.
Well, right,
you
right.
got-
It appears at this point that whatever he does is what he's going to do, and he's not mindful of the people that he's
Donald
affecting.
Trump is
He
not
does-
a Greek god. He's not a god.
Well,
You
tell
guys
him.
treat like
You
he's a
tell him
god.
he's not.
He is restrained and controlled
He
by the division of power in this country.
to an extent.
Not to an extent.
It is
period.
because he's gonna buy them. He's gonna
Unless-
buy them.
Until he seizes,
He's buying what he wants.
They all got a price tag.
until he seizes power through an overflow of some kind, the rest of the country, the rest of the parties in the country runs the country, not
So-
the president.
So we got to
We
wait.
have a division of power in this country.
We got to wait on him to destroy.
Yes, we must wait on him. He's the president.
To destroy the economy of the United States and then file bankruptcy.
Right.
Bankruptcy.
Bankruptcy.
That's
fifth or
cute.
sixth
That's a
time.
cute statement. I don't believe that. Nobody believes that.
Who don't believe that?
He filed
Only you
bankruptcy
guys
4
believe that.
times already. Okay.
That's all right. But nobody believes that he filed bankruptcy for the United
Well, we
States.
don't know because he won't turn in his tax papers.
Well, he doesn't have to.
Why he doesn't?
He will do it, not because you ask him for it.
That's
It's
what
not required that he turns in his tax.
every other president has
Maybe
done,
they do.
but not him.
No, and I
And you
turn
said
mine
he's
in.
not a god. To
No,
you
he's
guys.
not a god.
Then quit treating him like one.
He's not a god, guys.
Well, yeah, certainly he's not. But what I'm concerned about is, okay, you talk about this is a nation of laws.
Yes.
And how is it that he's able to just throw his, like thumb his nose at the laws? Because if the law is requirement,
I don't think he's turning his
yeah,
nose
well,
at
you know,
law.
if there's some basic things when you're running for an office and he's gotten this far and now he's there, and there's certain things that are required of the people who are doing that, and he's not doing that.
Now, speaking of
You should
taxes,
set an
now,
example,
there's a difference
Henry.
between tax avoidance, tax evasion, and I don't think that he's doing. He may be avoidance, but not tax evasion. Tax evasion is illegal.
Absolutely,
Tax
it is.
avoidance is.
Well, I
you can-
understand.
Okay.
I understand the
Okay.
Treasury
And that's how
Department is
he has-
really looking hard at his
They
work.
are.
Yeah.
Treasury Department.
And they should look hard at every one of our taxes.
And they should,
Because we
but
will all cheat.
he is at
No,
the top.
you will cheat,
He
man. I
Everybody
don't.
won't cheat.
I
Listen, but he is in a position right now of leadership.
Yes.
Okay, and
Okay.
he should be setting the example
Yeah.
for the rest
Exactly.
of Americans to follow. And right now, what he has said is that I can do what I want,
What I
and so
want.
you can do what you want too.
Well, I think the country is so badly screwed up that everybody in this country feels that he can do anything he wants. He can burn the flag, he can turn it upside down, he can kill people on the streets and so on and so forth. This country has to be pulled back together. We got to learn how to live with each other. This is the greatest nation in the world. And people are still wanting to come here when the rest of us on the inside are criticizing the country, but won't leave. Except some multi-politicians and some actors who proclaimed that they would leave and then shut up after the election.
Yeah, well, some of them have even said they, misspoke. They're not going anywhere.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
But that's neither here nor there.
But we
I
need to
still
pull
want.
the country together to make the country
Yeah, and
one again.
That's
How-
his responsibility
That's what
right
he's got
now.
to do.
He needs to go out there
He's not
and
gonna do
pull
it. He should be doing it.
pull
He should be doing
pull in the wing nuts.
That's right.
Pull him in.
He
But
will do that.
like I said, I don't think he's able to do
I
it.
don't think that
I don't
many people won't give Donald Trump the authority and the right to even pursue that. Listen at your voices here. And it's going out to the public.
Mm-hmm.
You disdain the man, you discredit the man, you abhor the man, and he has done nothing to hurt any one of you.
Oh, but he
Oh, wait,
has.
wait, 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 wait,
But
wait.
he has.
You
Wait.
are speaking
Millions of people.
probably against the American principles to hold this country together.
No. What you've just done is a good representation of what Donald Trump does,
You
and that
should be
is
on his team.
you're misrepresenting our position by saying some really awful things.
Well, this
I
is
don't
what
know
I
any.
really believe.
You know what? But it's not true. Just
Well,
because you
that's-
believe it is that's your
yeah.
reality.
That's-
That's your reality, but that's not mine.
But
That's
it's-
not mine.
Your
I've
reality is
listened
not the
to
reality
all
of the American people.
the American people heard all of this
All of what he
hate
said.
Yeah.
that was spewed. And because of that, if you contact the Southern Poverty Law System, you will find out how the percentage
have
has
grown up.
increased because of the kinds of things. Because what he did was say it's okay.
Yes.
It's
You know,
okay
I
to
don't
say.
believe any of this BS.
Well, then you contact the
No,
place. Just contact them. contact the,
the
Southern
Democrats-
Law.
Hang on,
no,
hang-
no.
the
We talk.
Democrats- hang
We're
on,
not.
the
We're not
Democrats
talking about.
hired a lot of people to go out and make scenes at the Trump rally.
No.
Oh no. That
There's
sounds
evidence.
just.
There's evidence of it.
You still didn't.
yes.
You didn't go back to what I was saying though. Contact the Southern Poverty Law Center
That's
to
right.
find out because that's fact. They have the
Why would
data.
that be more fact than anybody else's
Data. No. But listen to. I'm talking about the hate. I'm speaking
fact? Hate has
specifically.
always been here.
It has been,
Yes, heightened itself.
but people have been, if you will, gracious. Okay, with each other, civil with each other. They can have their hate, go home and hate all they want, but they were in public. They treated each other with some
Type of
semblance of dignity. Now you have a veteran that goes in with a dog to go and have dinner because he's celebrating Veterans Day and he can't celebrate it, and the manager is taking his food away from him, and he
After he
has
was served. After
he
he was
has his
Card.
information to say
Uh-huh.
I am a veteran and I have served this country, and you get put out and the people are standing around and there some of them are saying,
Cheering.
yeah, put him out.
You took his food from
how
him.
you gonna do that?
I don't know. It
Black
doesn't seem
veteran,
right.
black veteran. Okay,
Yeah,
so
but you
here's
gotta follow the rules for the
Rules of what?
For the function.
The function-
The
look,
function
just,
is-
the
just
function-
because you're a black American and a black
Serviceman.
doesn't mean that you can do whatever you want to do.
he didn't do
This is what
anything.
this
He
is-
sat
That's
down.
what you say he didn't do anything.
They had it recorded.
Did you ask him?
Yeah,
They had it
Ask Donald
recorded.
Trump what he did?
They
No,
had
he
it
didn't.
recorded.
You're assuming all
No,
of this.
Donald wasn't at that.
But he set it up so that the
Yeah.
person,
You
the
guys-
man who was the manager, felt compelled and
I
he
haven't
felt
heard
it was
the story
okay.
yet. I
Well,
don't
then you
believe
need.
anything
Oh well,
until I
then
hear the
look, you
other
need to
side.
see it. You
I
need to
hear
see
the
it.
other side.
You just
Well,
gotta turn the TV
Because
on.
you guys
No,
have
no,
a
no, no.
dislike
That's
and a
factual.
No,
hate.
I do not.
And you think that somehow that the white man is
No,
against you.
no, you need to quit
Some
that.
are.
You
Some are.
need to quit that.
Yeah.
You need
know
to quit
who
that.
brought Donald Trump to power?
Who?
It's a white man. The man that you excoriated for many, many years.
The white
Came
man.
out of the woods.
The white man.
Please, let me finish my point. Democrats, women, black Americans excoriated the white man for many, many years. Now he's fighting back.
All you can do is give him a sympathy.
I like your humor. I like
You're drinking too much of that.
No, what you
Who
talking
won
about?
the election?
Let's change topic.
Oh, wait,
Let's
there's
move
no
on
changing.
for a
There's no
second here.
changing.
Millions of American citizens are protesting in our nation against President-elect Donald Trump. Why? This is unprecedented in American history. Yes, there has been demonstrations, but not to the degree that we are witnessing in the 21st century. No president that I've ever studied has ever had the uprising and the demonstrations like this man is having. Okay, all over the country.
All over.
All over the country. High schools,
All
middle
over
schools.
the world, sir. This is
Okay.
happening all over
I'm
the
glad
world.
you agree.
But
Why?
People who are revolting against political authority.
No,
So
they're
it's not-
no.
it's
They're
not-
demonstrating.
If you
They're
turn
demonstrating
TV on and
against
go to
President-elect Donald Trump. All right. Period.
Go to any parts of the Middle East
Okay.
and you will, or Africa, you will find.
We're talking about here. I don't give a damn about
Or
Africa.
Europe.
All right. I'm
You
talking
will
about the
find a lot
United
of
States,
unrest.
where I live.
Yeah.
But we
Okay.
haven't had it here. We haven't had it in the United States. We haven't had
You
the
haven't
hate
had
crime.
what?
We haven't had the people that go up against who has won the election. We normally settle for whoever wins.
Yeah,
But
that's
they're right.
because people are
Protesting because they think it was
protesting because their
unfair.
side did not win.
No, it's because it was
And there's
unfair.
a system, there's a political process in the system that exists. And this is pretty dangerous, coming close to what you would call anarchy.
Yes, and Donald Trump has
Created it.
You might create
Anarchy. Donald
Yeah.
Trump has created that, and with
But-
that, we must bring the In My Opinion show to a close.
We got to do better than what.
This is Ronald Berry Robinson and friends saying for the In My Opinion show. Please stay focused.